Sean Bormet, Team Overtime. You've long been a coach in Jake Herbert's corner. Did a second place finish tonight at the World Silver Medal meet or exceed your expectations from him in his first World Championship?
I knew Jake could medal here. I thought he could win the tournament before we got here. And as the tournament started to unravel, it was clear to me he was in the right gear. He was really aggressive with his offense, and I'm not surprised he took silver.
That's the first match. The final was the first match that went 2 periods. It looks like his shape was in very high gear, as you were saying. As his first round match, he had lost the first period, came back, scored some big points. The German ended up getting injured, and then from there on out, overcome some adversity. Is that something you expected to see out of him? And maybe if he got behind, he would battle back?
Yeah, the world team coaching staff during the training camp and stuff did a great job. We preach to these guys a lot. They did a great job. We don't expect to get easy calls when we're at the World Championships, and mentally we work with that with our guys. They had to keep their focus and focus on scoring points and concentrate on the things that they can control throughout the match.
Obviously, Jake's probably disappointed with the outcome of his finals match, but in the semis, he had a big opponent and a big victory with the win over the Russian. What does that do for one's confidence going into the world stage? Even though he doesn't win the gold, he's still got a win over a solid Russian opponent.
Yeah, Jake beat a lot of good guys today, and even the guy from Azerbaijan ended up beating the Russian for the bronze, and he beat some very quality wrestlers today, and I could see his confidence building with every match. I think he expected to beat these guys, but the way he started to beat them, I think gave him a lot of confidence as each match went on.
There was some discussion amongst the media about the usage of his Olympic year and then coming back for his last NCAA championship at Northwestern. How do you think his decision panned out in the grand scheme of things?
I think it was a great decision for him. Anytime you can get that extra year of international experience, and he was competitive at that weight last year in 2008, and I think all that experience definitely played into what he did this year.
As far as the finals tonight, what was your synopsis of what went down?
Jake wrestled hard. He wrestled a very good tournament overall. In that finals match, that opponent did a good job of avoiding a lot of action and really kind of keeping Jake at bay. Jake pulled the trigger and got quite a few attacks off, and the guy was slipping his single, stepping out of it. And there's a couple little adjustments he needed to make, but he was right in there and he battled hard, and he wrestled a good match.
How about the close call at the end of the first period? Is there any question of you guys protesting or throwing a challenge on that?
Yeah, we were real close to protesting that, but it was such a tight period, and we kind of anticipated after seeing that period that the other periods might be tight and we might need that protest, especially if Jake won that second period. We wanted to make sure that we had kind of still that protest going into that third period. If that would have been the second period, there would have been a protest.
What's aggravating in terms of competition when you get out here and a lot of guys seem content to let it go to the clinch or let it go to the flip or the ball grab or whatever you want to call it?
Well, what's unfortunate about the rules, and it plays out and you see it even more in these World Championships, is that guy, he snuck in a takedown. They didn't give the point at the end of the first period. He wins that first period. It was clear to me that he was very content trying to get that to a clinch. Because if he wins the ball, he's got a good chance to win the period. If he loses that clinch, he only loses a period. Jake loses the match. So unfortunately, the way the rules are structured, I think it definitely increases the guy's mindset if he wins that first period in these matches to take that second period to a clinch.
From the way Jake wrestled today at his first World Championships, what adjustments do you think he needs to make, or did he hit on pretty much all cylinders correctly this tournament?
No, I think Jake's still got a lot of upside. Jake he's made a lot of improvements. He made a lot of improvements in 2008. He spent a lot of this summer at the Olympic Training Center with Brandon Slay and Zeke Jones, and I was intermittently with him between those periods of time, and I could see the gains he was making, where he was really immersed in that freestyle environment every day. And I think that was key to what he did here. And I think he's got a lot of upside because he's still got a lot to learn, and he can make a lot of improvements in different areas of his neutral and mat.
What's in the future for Jake Herbert?
I think Jake's going to continue to do what he's been doing this summer. He's going to spend a lot of time at the Olympic Training Center, immersed in that full-time freestyle environment, and he's going to be coming back to Chicago, spending time at Northwestern, and spending time in overtime with us, and continuing to do some training in the Chicago area. And really, I think it's a good balance for him.